Hey guys, meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this On the Snow Before You Go forecast. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when my latest forecasts come out. All right, let me just set the table here with my bullet points, and it's all about this Arctic front and this next storm system. 116, 17, 18, 19. It's mainly 117, 118, but it probably trickles into 119 as well. But it's going to bring a load of Arctic air, probably the coldest of the season so far with air temps, not wind chill, air temps of minus 15 to minus 30 for a number of locations. In the Northeast in California, you're out of the flow. I don't have anything for California. And in the Northeast, I have light to moderate accumulations, and I'll show you those coming up, but no major storm systems for the Northeast. All right, let me just show you what it looks like here, what the pattern looks like on water vapor. So on this, you're looking at water vapor in the low levels. So oranges and reds, drier air, whites and blues, that's going to be your moisture. Here it is. Let me just talk about it. There's our big storm back here, and there's another one behind it. So this initial storm is going to continue to roll up through Alaska and Canada, but it will help to reorganize the pattern. And by the time this second low slides in behind it, that's the one that will come in directly out of the north and slide down as an Arctic front out of BC into Montana, into Wyoming, brushing Utah, and squarely into Colorado and northern New Mexico. So those are the players in the forecast. Let's talk about where we stand. So season today, latest numbers. Mount Bachelor 244, right there. Revelstoke 243, Alta's at 218, Jackson Hole's at 212, Vail's at 153, doing well. Palisades Tahoe is there. Snowmass closing in on 140. Loveland, good start to the season, 131. And I do have snow for almost all these locations. I don't have anything for Tahoe, but most of these places will get additional snow. Here's my timeline. So I've got Big Sky listed. Best odds of snow here for Big Sky, Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, interior BC, and the Northeast. So it may very well be the case that with new snow on 112, 113 at Big Sky is another powder day with light additional accumulations. And then 117, 118 is the Arctic front, moderate to heavy snow. Wasatch, it's all 118 and more of a glancing blow, as I'll show you coming up. Tetons, 117, 118, light to moderate, but very cold. Colorado, 118, 119, moderate to heavy, and that will also include northern New Mexico. You're going to get moderate to heavy accumulation. Tahoe, nothing. Interior BC, light. Northeast, potentially light to moderate, 113, 14, light 118, 119. We got to talk about the jet forecast. So this is jet level winds at about 30,000 feet. This is what steers all the weather around the country, the globe. And what I'm looking for here are the brighter colors. Those represent the higher, stronger winds at jet level. And we're going to start it. I've got it started out here. This is early Monday morning, January the 13th. You can see the straight north to south orientation with the dip and the jet over Wyoming, Colorado, Utah. That's where the cold air is sitting. That's where we had a lot of snow. Continues to snow residually up into parts of Montana and Wyoming. Okay, let me just move this ahead. Here we are by lunchtime. Here's late in the day. Now watch what happens. Now we're at Wednesday, lunchtime on Wednesday. You start to see the arcing of the jet with a new air mass moving into the west. Well, the cold air is being shuttled off to the east. So we're in for a warmer, drier pattern across a lot of the west between the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, before that Arctic front slams in. All right, here we are late on the 15th. Look at that warmer, drier conditions across the Four Corners, California, Nevada. This is lunchtime on the 16th. There's late on the 16th. Look to the north. Here we are. Early on Friday, the 17th. Look at the dip in the jet coming in, north to south. That's your Arctic front coming out of BC into Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. Right there, hits sort of a glancing blow into Utah, but squarely into Colorado by Saturday morning. Here we are, 5 a.m. Saturday, slams into Colorado, and then it heads south into northern New Mexico. And then watch what happens. This is late on Saturday the 18th. All of that then begins to move into the plains, into the heartland, into the deep south. We're going to get this Arctic blast, and it's going to go all the way down into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, the Gulf Coast. We could have snow again in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, maybe. This is going to be a deep south one. And then all that cold air is going to sit in the Midwest in the Great Lakes. Here we are, lunchtime on Sunday, January 19th, same pattern. cold wave. These fronts just keep rolling north to south out of Canada with this type of pattern. And then they slide through the Rockies and then out into the plains. Here's lunchtime on Monday, January the 20th. Same pattern in place. Nothing has changed. Look at all that jet action across parts of the Deep South, the Midwest, the Eastern Seaboard. It's going to be a very interesting time frame. Okay, let me show you my official forecast. So all of 113 through 119. Now keep in mind the bulk of what you see here through a lot of Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, northern New Mexico happens 117, 118, and 119. So let's start in Colorado. Southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, some places are going to get 10 to 12 inches and a lot of cold air. In the central and northern mountains, 10 to 12 inches, right on top of the Continental Divide, up into the northern mountains, down into Summit County, Loveland, A Basin, Breckenridge, Copper, all around that 10-inch mark. Vail, 8. Snowmass, Aspen, 6 to 8, down through Monarch, 6 to 8 across the San Juans. Now, the one place I think might have a little bit more possibility for change is in the Wasatch. I'm going 4 to 6 because it's more of a glancing blow. We'll have to see. If the cold air in the front hits it a little more squarely, then the numbers will go up. In the Wasatch, about 6 inches, or in the Tetons, about 6 inches. Now, up in Montana, there's a little bit of leftover snow between 112 and 113, and so that's where some of that 12 comes from in Big Sky and Bridger-Bowl. But then there's a portion of it that comes from that front, that Arctic front on 117, 118 as well. Light accumulations northwest Montana, interior BC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. Most of that's up at Revelstoke and Marmot Basin. And then everybody else is out of the flow. The Pacific Northwest, California, barely anything. You're out of the flow. Okay, let's go to the Northeast. So again, potentially light to moderate accumulations between 113 and 114. That's where I'm seeing most of this, especially northern Vermont, New York, northern New Hampshire, and northern Maine, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of accumulation. Certainly possible there. Less as you go south. So that's the Northeast, 113 through 119. We'll end on the west map here. And again, if you want powder, you're going to have to shoot for 117, 118, 119. That's when the next storm system dives south. Guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it with this On the Snow, Snow Before You Go forecast. Take care and have a great day.